My name is Sedale Williams, and I am going into my 4th year in the Doctoral Counseling Psychology program. To be quite honest, I didn't know really how to take it because I'm running around so much. So it was one thing that kind of stopped me in my tracks and say, you know, you are doing a lot, and then you got to slow down a little bit. So certainly an opportunity to reflect and to really I never knew about the award, how prestigious it was, and so I think just kind of seeing how I align with that, I asked myself, why would they choose me? And kind of just reading about what it entails. I was happy, shocked, anxious, nervous, all at the same time. But I would say overall it was an opportunity for me to reflect on kind of everything that I've done and kind of where I want to go after all this is done. So. Yeah, it's big. It's really big. I remember just being growing up in Springfield here, I remember being on the track and my mom, she'd be going around the track and I'd be messing around the bleachers, and I was a really little kid. And so seeing seeing that school from that frame of reference and seeing it now, and I think the biggest thing is wanting kids that are in Springfield, starting here because I'm so passionate about it, but in other places to know that going to higher education and institutions like this are a possibility. It certainly takes a village, and that you got to have the right people in your corner, both from parents to counselors to friends and everyone. I think it just kind of takes it all, and I think for me, being a part of BUILD, which is Brothers United to Inspire Lifestyle Development, seeing the different pieces that can come together and seeing other folks that are from here coming back, giving back, and just seeing the possibilities. I think that's the biggest thing. Putting on Constructing Kings Mill Youth Summit that I do with the group that I'm a part of, and seeing some of the kids light up that are from the schools that are very here in the city has been really powerful, and I think that's the energy that keeps me going. So. One of the things that's unique is I'm able to apply every degree that I've gotten all into one. So having, being an undergrad in psychology, to getting a master's in social work, and then jumping back into psychology, I really want to put them all together. So my goal after this is done is to hopefully join a private practice in hopes of growing my own, with hopefully some folks and other practitioners that are just as passionate as myself. And alongside that, I want to create a social justice lab, which basically teaches participatory action research to students, particularly youth of color, because I think that in order to change the dynamics of research, in order to change the way we do research, I want to take it from a point where using the populations that we want to work with, teaching them how research is conducted, typically teaching them the skills to be critical thinkers, and then giving them the tools to conduct their own research. So a lot of what I'm doing now is deconstructing ecological models where it applies to context and contextual factors which can contribute to somebody's experience, and having folks reconstruct that to be more context specific for adolescents. First and foremost, my family. My mom is probably my mom and my sister actually my biggest supporters. Growing up, my sister had to take on a role of a parentified role, of the simple fact that, my mom had to work multiple jobs growing up, and there was a lot that she had to do. So we had to grow up really early, and just really learning to never quit and just to be persistent, I think, is probably the biggest things. And, when I came here, it was like a lot of these ideas that I had, I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. And so Dr. Pei Wei Lee certainly was a big contributor to my successes up to this point. A lot of the confidence that I have to this point, she really reminds me about what it is that I'm doing and what's gotten me to this point, and that there's a bigger picture. And also, obviously Dr. Sally Hagee as well, because she inspired, I think, the participatory action piece to it, because I took a class in my 2nd year that was counseling in diverse contexts. And there was a component to it where we had to work with a community agency, and it was an idea that she had gotten from Boston College. And so the agency that I worked with was the United Way, Pioneer Valley, and I helped with service learning projects with students at Commerce High School and also at Van Sickle Middle School, where I was an AmeriCorps member. And so with the service learning projects, the students spent so much time doing what they did. One of the projects I did was students made no-sew blankets for refugees. We connected with Jewish Family Services of Western Mass, and they were actually given some of the blankets that we made alongside positive affirmation from the students. So it was like, you know, things to do to keep yourself interested in Western Mass, and also things to kind of look out for to keep to find your place. And so with that, all the time that they spent on those projects, those students actually got Presidential Service Awards from the Obama administration. And so I would say those three people. So it was, you know, so my parents, my parents, my mom, my sister, Dr. Pei Wei and Sally Hagee, and certainly Mrs. Latonia Naylor, who was my supervisor at the United Way. And she's actually is running for a school committee right now too. So I'm being a part of her processes and just really jumping in there and immersing myself, I think, is the biggest thing. And also just seeing opportunity when there at times there may not seem like there is one. So living here in Springfield, being in Springfield, and a lot of what you hear about being from here, knowing that this is a place where a lot of it can be our own canvas and wanting to make these changes, but I think it involves getting the youth involved and community members involved and agencies involved and institutions involved in order to make that happen.